Hello, and welcome to Everyday Champions in Business, presented by Action Coach Dane County. Action Coach is the world's #1 business coaching company, and this is your opportunity to hear the stories, the tips, and the insider information that makes business and entrepreneurship the greatest game on the planet. I'm Rob Maniaci, enrollment specialist with Action Coach Dane County, and today it's my pleasure to introduce Chris Hansen, Dylan Lenz, and Frank Miller, owners of Next Level Automation. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, thanks for joining me. If you could start by just telling us your role with Next Level Automation, how long you've been with the company, and maybe how many employees you have altogether.
We started about 4 years ago. We got into the business of getting into true automation, making buildings and able to think for themselves and really help people with energy management and stuff like that. We are currently now up to 7 employees. Started with just myself 4 years ago, and while working a full-time job as well. But yeah, it's really gained a lot of traction in the last few years here.
So you're the founder or co-founder, Frank?
Yeah, founder and CEO.
And how about Chris? What's your role?
So I'm in sales,
Uh-huh.
out business with commercial and residential.
Okay. And Dylan?
Yes, I'm project manager and lead programmer.
All right, we got sales, we got operations, and the founder. Great. Thanks for sharing that. Tell us how it works. How do you describe Next Level Automation when people ask what you do?
Well, we start basically with the system because the system itself can be applied and installed in any building that is created. It can also be retrofitted in any building that's already built. Now, from this system that's unique, it's Luxone. It's based off old, tried and true technology, PLCs, that's been used in industrial sense for decades. Now, this is a building automation application, one where it's localized and installed right there in your building. You own not only the software, you own the programming, and you own all the hardware. Now, with this system, you can branch off to pretty much any part of any building and control it, monitor it, maintain it, both locally and remotely.
Chris, what are some of the features and benefits that you really like to offer your clients?
We love detailing the energy management. And so people can see how much energy they're using, how much they're saving in comparison to maybe high voltage systems. We push for the presence sensing in the lights and also lumen sensing so that we can get shades brought down and up based on what is needed in the building.
And Frank, what's different about what you guys offer than what's typically out there in most of the modern construction that's going on right now?
But what makes the system truly unique is the fact that everything is hardwired and centrally located onto a server that's installed within the building. Whereas most systems are cloud-based and you got to worry about your internet connection or something breaking communication in that chain and stuff not working. We never have those issues. We can be completely without internet and nothing's ever affected.
Okay. What's the long-term vision for the company? What do you hope this will look like maybe 3, 5, 10 years down the road?
We really hope to make this a standard into new buildings going forward, because we've seen how much energy we can reduce by introducing automation. And typically, if we're controlling the HVAC, blinds, lighting, all of that stuff, we can reduce energy by consumption by 50%.
Okay. Tell me, who's your target market as things stand today? Who's the sweet spot, ideal client that's driving the business?
I mean, it can really be used for any application, but where we see it being the biggest hit is in hospitality, because their #1 expense is typically energy. So if we can reduce their energy consumption and save them money, that's definitely our target right there.
Okay, how would this look for a hotel? What would they utilize the most, do you think?
So we actually are doing the system in some high-end resorts right now, and they actually incorporate everything from the lighting, the heating and cooling, solar panels,
User management.
user management, access control. Yeah, they pretty much do everything that we can possibly do.
Okay. Beyond the technology and the automation, what is the real problem you're solving for your clients? If you were to get a little philosophical, what's the true value you deliver?
Reducing operational cost. That's the big value right there. Whether it's, needing less people to manage a facility or reducing your energy consumption.
There's approximately 50,000 tasks that our system performs daily for each client. And we like to push the automation and less use of manual, so there's less chance for error.
Okay. And Dylan, if I'm a user, what's the problem you're solving for me?
Well, actually, it's a revolution of how we think and how we react with buildings. Instead of just simple on and off physical manual, we can program these things to automate to exactly what your parameters are, whether it be the weather, climate control, occupancy level, or personal preference as far as lighting and time of day. It really evolves into giving the buildings its own brain and then integrating it out with your life and your life cycles.
Nice, nice. Well said. Thank you. What would you say is the biggest challenge you've had to overcome in launching this young business?
Just getting the word out and getting people to understand what it is we're exactly doing.
Education.
Yeah.
Aware.
Education. Yeah, awareness and education. Okay, let's shift gears. We'll go to some rapid fire questions. So I'll let all three of you give me your best, short, quick response to the following questions, okay? Ready? So we'll just go, I'll call you out, okay? Chris, who has been a champion in your life? Someone you really admire or helped you get where you are today?
One of the reasons that I got in this industry, Bill and Melinda Gates built a house on Lake Washington, and they walked into a room and it knew it was them. It changed the music, the picture frames, the temperature. And so my goal was to always build that kind of a home for people
Bill and Melinda.
in common life.
How about you, Frank? Who's a champion in your life?
I'd say my parents, just pushing me to do things that really are outside the box and doing something different.
And Dylan, you had 30 seconds to think about it.
Pass.
All right. Dylan, what's your key to success?
My key to success. I don't know.
Frank.
Key to success is that, doing what you believe in and, just continuing to get better every day.
All right. And Chris.
Finding the right people to surround yourself with to accomplish your goals.
Great. What's a must-read book? We'll go to Frank.
Oh gosh. I honestly could not tell you.
Well, let's expand that. Must-read book, must-see movie, or must-listen-to podcast?
I'm more interested in honestly reading up and dealing with technology. That's usually where my reading sticks to it. And yeah,
right.
Not too much other than that.
What's the go-to source for technology consumption?
Look at a lot of stuff from CEDIA and what's coming out and keeping track of future technologies.
All right, Chris.
I have a couple different groups that I follow that are Low Voltage Nation on social media. In regards to books, I'm more into Christian books and like The Awe of God and One Call are two books that I'm reading right now.
Thank you. Dylan.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Must-read book, must-see movie, or podcast that you like?
Pass.
Yes. Dylan, I'm not going to ask you any more questions. So, Frank, if you met a brand new business owner just starting out, what advice would you give that person?
Somebody in the same field or just any business?
Any business.
Going back to what Chris said, definitely surround yourself with people that are more knowledgeable than yourself, because there's never a shortage of things to learn. And I've definitely learned a lot, doing this myself.
Perfect. Where can we find you online?
Nextlevelautomation.net.
Nextlevelautomation.net. Perfect. Nice job on the rapid fire. Appreciate that. Anything you'd like to include in the form of an offer for the folks that watch the video?
Put me on the spot with that one. Yeah, we could do 10% off of any quotes within the next few months.
Okay, so mention the Action Coach video, 10% off any quote, let's say to the end of October.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We
Okay,
could also consider possibly like free plan preparation. So if someone would like to give us a plan, we'll go through the design and show them what we can achieve.
okay, and what's so the best way to contact you then on the website?
Website, or they can get a hold of one of our sales guys, Chris. If you want to share your phone number, that would be great too.
Absolutely.
All right, so last question then, and here all topics are wide open. It doesn't necessarily have to be your business. What's most inspiring to you these days? Dylan,
Most inspiring. Got nothing for you there, buddy.
Frank,
I'm going to say I'm inspired by Luxone every day in the product that we use, because they're constantly coming up with new challenges that we can solve.
perfect. Chris,
I'm
final
inspired
word.
by people's health and capabilities. And when we can allow people to do more things than they can, like living at home for a little bit longer if they need to, that's what I'm really passionate about, is assisting people live their natural lives as best they can.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing all of that, and nice job. Thanks for being our guest on Everyday Champions in Business. As a thank you for participating, we are going to send you a copy of this book autographed by Joe Theismann, Everyday Champions in Business, or no, How to Be a Champion Every Day. So we appreciate that.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, nice job on the interview. That wraps it up. Final word for anybody?
Yeah, we're just we're in a guerrilla marketing time where we're trying to just introduce this to as many people as we can so that people know the benefits of what is available out there right now, because they don't know it right now.
All right. Thanks for joining us, gentlemen. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks,
You
Rob.
too.